Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snark Bait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie. How's it going, Christy?
You know, Sophie and I, every morning we talk about our fuck ass setups. And we were just talking off mic about how Ryan Bailey, trigger warning, reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, I noticed, I looked at your day in my life. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram at SnarkBaitPod, I posted this like day in my life behind the biz, behind the camera. What is it like to run a business that we're passionate about? What is it like to work two jobs? Because we're so high performing and so
Yeah,
intelligent.
yeah. Which, by the way, in this video, Christy talks about how she has to wake up at 4:45 on Fridays
I had to
because we
wake up at 4 for
record two episodes. Did you wake up at 4:45 today?
every recording, yes, because I have to like get ready.
Like, okay, so we record on Thursdays and Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern or 6 a.m. PT, and I have the audacity to complain about this being early for me. Christy wakes up at 4:45 for you guys.
You guys, when you're running a business that you're passionate about, I mean, not to say we're doing God's work, but in
We
any
are.
case, in any case, in the video, I posted a picture of our setup with like the fancy cameras and the lighting. And Ryan Bailey DMs me. He goes, "Hey, I took a look at your video. Would you mind walking me through like your setup?" And I just told Sophie that. She goes, "I love it how he didn't even reach out to me asking me what was going on with the camera."
Because he knows Christy is like the tech savvy one. She's the smart one. She's the one that has her shit together. I'd be like, Ryan, I don't fucking know what I'm doing with this fuck ass camera.
That's the
Like we
funniest
keep,
thing because I'm not tech savvy. I think I'm just like,
no, you are. You are tech savvy. You
I
are.
think you.
But if you see like our reels or our TikToks, you'll notice that like we're both kind of like zoomed in close because both of our setups are very like
Fuck
it, it,
ass.
it's it's fuck ass. It's cramped, especially mine. Like I live in a tiny New York apartment, so it's like so close to my face. And our network, God love them, is always like, "Can you guys like back up a little bit? You're like a little too close to the camera." And it's like, "No, I physically can't."
I made Sophie get on FaceTime. I'm like, "Can you just show me what the setup looks like from your POV?" And she's like, literally the depth of her desk is basically
Mhm.
12 inches. Like no
Yeah,
joke. And I
yeah.
was like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize you were like that close." Because if you look at our reels, they're looking really good, by the way. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, what are you doing? Like the quality is really, really high def DSLR. But Sophie's face is so zoomed in and she doesn't have a choice. So we're like, we need to invest in better equipment, meaning our desks. Okay, it starts here, guys.
I don't know what the solution is. Like, I don't even know if a different desk will help, but maybe a different apartment. How about that? Is
Maybe
that something I can write off?
maybe $60 million so we can buy two big
Yeah.
houses, you know?
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for. Is just more space. More space, please. Please. Anyway, that's our little morning. I mean, it's like every day we complain about this. My broken chair, my broken desk, my 12 inches of space, these fuck ass cameras, which let's not even get started on the fact that I accidentally recorded our episode that we recorded last week, our Carl Ratke deep dive, which was such a long episode,
2 hours. Like it was one of our longest
two
episodes,
hours.
nearly 2 hours. Yeah.
I accidentally, with this fancy camera, because I don't know how to work it, I accidentally recorded it in 4x slow mo. It ended up being a 9 hour video that thank you so much to our amazing team who figured out how to somehow sync it up with our audio. It's a whole thing, you guys. Basically, I know this isn't interesting, but that's what's going on in our lives. This is the only thing that we have to talk about.
And Sophie, the second we got off, I'm like, "Okay, bye." We sign off the recording. I get a text from her. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, I go, fuck, oh my God. And Christy
Yeah.
goes, what? What?
I
What?
was like, "Oh God." I'm like, "What now? What is it?"
Yeah.
But in
Why
your
is that even a
defense,
setting? Why is that even a setting?
that is such an easy mistake to make on our camera because I've done it before.
It's
Like,
literally, you guys, it's a button that's like right next to the record button. Why? Why is that even a
why?
setting? Why is that a setting? And then it's like not something where you can just like just speed it up. It'll be fine. It's like way more complicated than that. Yeah, it's like so fucking stupid. I don't know who designs cameras, but they're not doing a good job.
If you work at Sony, let your product development team know that we're incredibly unhappy with that S&Q. setting.
Yeah, the slow-mo button. It's way too close to the record button and way too easy to press.
But you know what I learned from this is like you will always learn from your mistake. So this morning I was like, oh, are we both on the right setting? Like,
Hmm.
moral of the story is you can always learn from a mistake and you can improve. Let's try and let's take that away. I've been so
Yeah.
fucking negative all week. I can't even fucking tell you. I've been so negative. So it's
Oh, you know what I've started
tell
doing?
me.
Speaking of being negative, I have started writing in a gratitude journal. This is like a new 2026 thing. I got the 5-minute journal.
Oh my God.
Uh,
It's so funny. One of our sales head of sales gifted all the sales guys that book.
it's great. And I like usually will forget to do it in the morning, but I do it now like every night when I'm in bed. I feel like the mornings are just so chaotic for me, but like every night it's like my little nightly ritual. And it really makes you think about things that you're, thankful for. And it's like the daily grind, it's hard to forget that like this poodle. Every day it's like three things you're thankful for. And I'm like, Baxter.
I
And it's like I just have to
know.
remind myself I have a lot to be thankful for, even when I'm constantly complaining, as you guys know.
Speaking of,
Always complaining.
oh yeah, something that we do here and we do very well is complain.
Complain about literally everything. And I'm
Every,
sorry to the commenters that are like, guys, when you complain, it makes us feel like you don't want to be here. We do. We're just going to complain about everything no matter what.
yeah, like this is just me as a human. It's
Yeah.
not even as a podcaster. As an individual, ask any one of our friends, our family
Yeah.
members. That's what we do best.
Baseline. Like, this is just our baseline. We're
It,
gonna, but
exactly.
the gratitude journal helps. I think it's helping me maybe complain a little bit less. So, highly recommend.
I did that for a moment in time in 2018 and it did help. I kind of stopped doing it, but I do recall
Yeah.
my mindset shifting and feeling better. So maybe that's a takeaway. If you guys are feeling overwhelmed by the new year, you're back on the grind, you're having to, achieve new goals with 2026, maybe we can all make it a resolution as baby snarks to do a gratitude journal. And even if it means one thing and writing it down. I think there's something to be said about pen to paper, not on your
Hmm.
phone, not on your notes app. Put it on a pen and paper.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, it asks you, it starts with like a little quote, like an inspirational quote. Then it says, I am grateful for three things. What would make today great? Three things. Daily affirmation. And then you're supposed to do that in the morning. I usually do it at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
then at night, you do highlights of the day, three things. And then what did I learn today?
You're a night person, so it does it works well for you because you
Yeah.
unwind in the evening.
Hmm.
Speaking of gratitude, we did a Patreon episode last week and we did an AMA, but advice segment. So we had all of our patrons uh submit an anonymous form via Google form, and they were very open and vulnerable with us. And
Yeah.
the comment section was overwhelmingly so sweet. So basically, we talked about a myriad of things. We talked about how to save money. We talked about how to get over a breakup. We talked about whether or not the relationship that you've been in for almost a decade plus is worth it. Is the sunk
Annoying
cost?
coworkers.
Yes, pet loss. And we discussed so many things and so many comments were saying because we like I cried during the episode and so many comments were like I cried this morning, I'm hormonal because I'm pregnant and I cried into my coffee cup. I was sobbing this morning. I feel like there is something to say about vulnerability and I feel like you and I mean we get vulnerable on this podcast, but it is like really scary. I felt a bit of a vulnerability, dare I say hangover after we recorded that episode.
Yeah.
And I was a bit anxious for that episode to come out. I was like, okay, I'm kind of nervous that this is going to reach airwaves. I talked about some family stuff. I talked about the loss of a pet and,
Hmm.
all these things that you feel are so unique to you and so part of your story or actually a part of a lot of other people's stories as well. And not
Yeah.
to diminish what you've gone through, but it's more so you feel a sense of community when others have gone through similar situations. So you know that you're not alone, even though the situation you're in can feel so isolating.
Yeah, definitely. You're never alone.
Yeah.
And we're
So
here to remind you that. Yeah, I feel like it was obviously a very emotional, vulnerable episode. If you guys are not patrons, patreon.com/snarkbaitpod. We have episodes every Wednesday. You guys know that by now, probably. But yeah, I was thankful. That's something that I probably wrote about in my gratitude journal. I was thankful for the warm response from the baby Snarks and, the sense of community I feel like that we have over on Patreon. So, go join us there if you want more.
Yeah. And one other housekeeping item. We're going on tour. We are going to be in LA on May 15th, New York on June 12th, and Chicago on June 14th. Tickets at x1entertainment.com/snarkbait. All these things, guys, are in our show notes. All the links are in our description. So head on over there if you guys want more. We're so excited to see you there. But without further ado, should we get into this week's episode topic?
Yes, David Dobrick. I hate him. I do not like him.
I didn't know too much about him before researching for this episode, and I can say with so much certainty that he is one of the darkest influencers out there. And I think almost because of the way he has such a baby face, so he almost
Mhm.
has this innocent features, innocent face, innocent face.
Innocent face.
But is she a model?
But he's anything but innocent.
No, he is incredibly dark-sided. He has committed, just trigger warning up top, allegations of sexual assault. There's racism. There's physical violence. I mean, someone almost died on his team, if that
Yeah.
tells you anything. And I think this is
Yep.
kind of where he went on my radar. This story came out in 2021, and we'll obviously get into it as we go further down the episode. But before we dive in, Sophie, David Dobrik, you think he's dark. What do you know about him? And were you a David Dobrik fan at all?
No, I feel like I missed that moment. I feel like yeah, he's still popular, but he was like really big at one point and on YouTube, right? Like that was always his main platform.
Vine, YouTube, Snapchat.
Yeah. So yeah, when one of his employees slash friends almost died because of him, and there was like an enormous lack of accountability, that's when I feel like he first entered my consciousness.
Yeah, me too. I was talking to my sister because she's living with me for the last like month and a half. And she was telling me all this lore because my sister is a really big YouTuber and she's like, oh, you should hear, are you guys going to touch on his relationship with this woman? She knew like so much. And I'm like, I can't believe you even followed him. Like, he's so weird and
Hmm.
creepy. And I think the biggest thing that was the most surprising to me about David is he actually has a lot of famous friends that I had no idea about. We all know about the Vlog Squad, but he's been connected to Trisha Paytas, um, uh, Josh Peck. I almost
Yeah.
said Josh Peck. I was like really, really shocked at Olivia Jade, Sabrina
Oh.
Carpenter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So he's been connected to a lot of really big names in 2020 plus. So let's get into
Hmm.
it. He was born David Julian Dobrik in 1996. He's 29 years old as of Jan 2026, and he was born in Slovakia. And he arrived in the US as a child at the age of 6, and he came here illegally but was protected from deportation under DACA. He lived in Ohio and then in Chicago. He has three younger siblings, Toby, Sarah, who's adopted, and Esther, and they've all appeared in his vlogs. And as we mentioned, he's an internet personality, a YouTuber, streamer, vlogger. He had 1 million followers on Vine before starting his vlog on YouTube in 2015. And he is the leader of the Vlog Squad. I feel like he was one of the OG creators on YouTube. When I was trying to look back at the biggest creators in YouTube, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, David Dobrik, they
Hmm.
all kind of came up in the same graduating class. Logan and Jake Paul came a couple years prior to David. David came up in about 2015, just for some context as to like when he really got his start. But his start really began in Vine. Were you a Viner?
I loved Vine. Vine was so funny.
It
I
was
miss it.
concept of like less than 10-second, 6-second videos, right? I think we've
Six,
talked
it
about
was
this.
it was 6 seconds. It was just like so peak comedy and like creativity. To be able to like tell a story in 6 seconds is really hard. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I still think about Vine.
He was really critical to the success of that app. He became really popular. He had over 1 million followers before it shut down in 2017. And do you remember, quick conjecture, when Shawn Mendes was super popular on Vine? Isn't that how we got started?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. I feel like we need to do a whole episode on Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes, I was a huge Shawn Mendes fan. I attended his concert in 2019 in Oakland. I don't know what was in the air. I can't believe I was ever a fan of his. He gives me probably the darkest energy of Hollywood. We can do a whole episode.
Really?
I don't
Yeah,
like
we
him.
should. We should do a Shawn Mendes. Yeah, there I feel like there's some interesting lore there for
Right.
sure.
So when YouTube got started, he was first a part of a group called Second Class in 2014, and there were other creators on this YouTube channel like Jake Weber, Brendan Lunn, a bunch of people I'm not familiar with, quite honestly. But think skits, pranks, challenges, dumb, like younger adolescent boy stuff.
Hmm.
I clicked on a couple of videos, and it's so interesting to see the landscape that was YouTube in 2014. Horrible editing, horrible video quality, but it works, right? The channel had
Hmm.
17, has as of today, 17,000 subscribers as of today. And for relativity, David Dobrik's YouTube channel has 17 million subscribers. So it just shows how far he's come in 12 years. And when I was looking at some of these second class YouTube videos, these kids are visionaries. I'm very interested in how these young kids kind of knew where maybe they didn't know where the money was at the time, but they were able to kind of identify this app could be something big and we're going to post relentlessly 3 times a day, no matter what, even though we don't see direct quick return. I just think it's really entrepreneurial of these young
Hmm.
people to be able to put in work. I mean, copious amounts of hours into producing, editing all these videos. I think it's really great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome when people like commit to that I mean, that's how people get successful on TikTok nowadays. It's like, I'm just gonna post consistently, and if you're consistent with it, the audience and the success usually comes.
Right. And I think it's even more so back then because YouTube in 2014, no one really knew it was going to take off in the way that it did over the
Right.
next decade. Whereas with
Right.
TikTok, everyone kind of wants to be the next Alex Earl. But
Yeah.
it's like, how did they? I mean, they probably didn't know again, but they just had this grit and this vision and they took it through. And now obviously he's a multimillionaire.
Hmm.
So in 2015, he broke away from Second Class and he started vlogging with his friend group. And the channel really took off. It was known for fast-paced jump cut vlogs that were around 5 minutes. He started this channel in 2015. And the content that he would post was often seen as lighthearted, child friendly, and he even won 2 Kids' Choice Awards in 2019 and 2020 for being this YouTuber. Side note, are the KCAs still a thing? Did you ever watch that? Is that with the slime?
Who?
Kids' Choice Awards?
The kids' choice. Christy, not you calling it the KCAs. Like it's
I,
like
I don't
the
even know. I don't even know if that's what it's called. I just saw
the
Kids' Choice Awards. I'm
kids'
like, I
choice.
don't want to say it. The KCAs.
I think the Kids' Choice Awards, oh my God, they better still be a thing. Those were so fun with the slime.
Yeah, that's the Nickelodeon one, right?
I think so.
That
Oh,
slime is also really weird.
it's like really gross.
Yeah, and it also kind of has this a little bit of like a sexual undertone. I don't like it. But he was a big deal, even in the mainstream. And in March 2020, the Wall Street Journal magazine dubbed David the Jimmy Fallon of Gen Z. And in August 2016, he created his second channel, David Dobrik 2, TOO, where he posted blooper reels, challenge videos, and more direct sponsorship deals. And by the time that Vine officially shut down in 2017, he really had to pivot to become a full fledged YouTube vlogging star. So this is when the Vlog Squad comes onto the scene. And the Vlog Squad includes many a name that I'm unfamiliar with, but a few names that I am. So there's Jason Nash, Natalie Maraduena. Apparently, the lore with Natalie Maraduena was she and David were super close in high school. They've been like childhood friends. She came on board to the Vlog Squad as his personal assistant. And because she was featured so often in his videos, a lot of his fans were pushing for them to be dating. They're like, are you and Natalie dating? Are you guys a thing? You guys would be so cute together. Shipping.
Hmm.
And apparently they actually did start to date thereafter, but Audrey was like they were like a whole moment on YouTube.
I love how Audrey like knows all this lore.
She knew all this lore. Audrey was like, I kind of thought he was cute. Ugh.
Ugh.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Ugh.
Uh, please don't come from my sister's like kind of scared. She's like, please stop bringing me up. I'm scared.
Poor Nance.
I know, Nance.
Nance.
Josh Peck. I had no idea he was part of the Vlog Squad. I only know Josh Peck as from
Drake
Drake
and
and Josh,
Josh.
and then his show with Boy with No Job, Claudia Oshry's husband, Ben.
I don't like him. I think that Josh Peck gives me extremely nefarious energy. There's something deeply nefarious about him.
Oh, we will get into a really not great a moment on the vlog that did not age well. including David Dobrik, one of the Vlog Squad members, Seth, and
Oh,
Josh Peck. Do you know what
yes.
I'm talking
I
about?
know. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Police.
that's probably it's not just for no reason that I don't like him. I have reasons.
My blood was boiling when I watched these videos. I had no idea this happened. Of course, we're going to get into the
Yeah.
racism allegations very soon, but Josh Peck is involved.
Yep.
Karina Koff, KOPF. I've seen her name, but she was part of the Vlog Squad. I guess she's now
Yeah.
in OnlyFans.
She is like prolific on OnlyFans. She like makes I don't even want to know
Big.
how much a month. Like
Multi-million,
millions,
millions, millions, millions.
multi millions a month.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Good for her.
but she got her start on the Vlog Squad alongside David. And former members or less frequent collaborators included folks like Gabby Hanna, Liza Koshy, Trisha Paytas, Big Nick, Dom Zegliadis, also known as Dirty Dom, who we're going to get into about the essay allegations, Seth Francois, Brandon Cavillo, and more.
Gabby
And
Hanna has a ton of lore. I feel like we eventually will need a Gabby Hanna episode.
yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh my God, there is so much when it comes to her.
I texted Shannon from Fluently Forward because she's like a big YouTube girl.
I love that about her.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I could write an like a book on like she knows all the lore." But I
Yeah.
feel like we should maybe like do an episode with her or talk with her again about this. But she knows all the lore about these guys. But in December of 2018, David was given a diamond play button by YouTube in recognition of his YouTube channel surpassing 10 million subscribers. And I had to like Google how much is 10 million because I'm an idiot. I don't understand geography or population size or anything. You know those little like those things that like baby showers? Guess how many Skittles are in the jar?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I never know.
I have no idea.
That's also dark. Like that could be a DEO.
Yeah.
10 million subscribers is bigger than the entire population, men, woman, child, of Michigan, New Jersey, Georgia, North Carolina. That's how big 10 million is.
That's
Humongous.
yeah, that's crazy.
I can't even like comprehend that volume. So in May 2019, David married one of the Vlog Squad's mothers. So Jason Nash was part of the Vlog Squad, and his mother got married in Vegas with David. And Jason told him that he would never, you'll never find anyone to marry David. So David ended up becoming Jason's stepfather as payback. The two went on a honeymoon in Hawaii, and it was just an example of like incredibly elaborate, stupid content. But then I was reminded of Jake Paul and Tana Mojo getting married in July of 2019,
Yeah.
2 months after this Vlog Squad marriage. What is up with people having shotgun weddings back
I
then?
don't know. Were they like actually like was there any sort of like affection between them? Him
I
and Jason Ash's mom, or was it like totally just for
I
content?
I think it was just for content and to stick it really to Jason Nash. Jason
Okay.
Nash also used to date Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas blames David Dobrik a lot for the dissolution of their relationship. So in August 2019, David was featured by Variety magazine in their annual Power of Young Hollywood. And in that same month in August, he co-hosted the 2019 Teen Choice Awards with Lucy Hale. I was obsessed with Lucy Hale back in her Pretty Little Liars era, and I was reminded of her. She came across my desk, and I thought of her country album, and I posted this to our Instagram at SnarkBaitPod. I was like, "Does anyone remember Lucy Hale's odd country album from like 2014?" And so many people were like, "Yes, I was obsessed." And also, do you remember her on American Juniors? Didn't watch that, but
No.
that was a weird point in time. She was trying to make that
Yeah.
transition between like actor to singer. Didn't
I
suit
feel
her.
like I feel like I miss when actors would do that. Like they
Me
would just
too.
randomly like release albums.
Yeah, they wanted to
It
do the
was
Hillary
so
Duff edit.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, like remember Leighton Meester? And now I feel like actors are like, I'm just gonna like focus on acting. But
Wait,
like,
that
come on, what's wrong with a good old pop album, or in this case, a
wait,
country album?
Sophie, that's such a good idea for a Patreon episode. People that try to double dip to become like a triple
Yep.
threat. Dancer, actor, singer. They wanted
Hmm.
to do the Hillary Duff, the Demi Lovato, the Selena Gomez, the Miley Cyrus, and like few could really touch a Hillary or a Miley, I
Yep.
feel, and Selena.
Remember Zendaya's singing era?
Dude, we need to cover this on Patreon. This is
Yeah.
crazy. No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh my God. It's so her like there are like old videos of her dancing and she was so funny.
Oh, I
I
feel
love
like I would
her.
definitely ship her as a dancer singer. She was in Greatest Showman and she did incredibly.
Oh,
So,
wait, I never saw Greatest Showman. Is that weird?
oh, it's really good. Hugh
Okay.
Jackman, Zac Efron, Zendaya.
I don't know if I believe you because it's coming from you. No, I'm just kidding. I have heard it's really good.
When I was at the theater, I saw it in theaters. People were clapping at like when the songs were playing, like
Oh,
everyone was into it.
I hate that. I hate that
It
so
was
much. I would like leave.
I was curious, why are you clapping? Are you familiar with these songs? You guys, I'm not like a musical guru. I don't understand musical or the arts, but I didn't know how they were so familiar with the songs. Maybe The
It
Greatest
doesn't
Showman was a
matter.
play.
Or the album came out first before the movie, and some people will listen to the album. That's what I did with like the Wicked movies, for example. But
Yeah.
like, am I in there singing in the theater and clapping? No, that's
No,
rude.
agreed. So in November 2019, People magazine named David Sexiest Heartthrob of 2019
Ugh,
over Harry Styles and Shawn Mendes.
that's actually that should be illegal.
Couple questions on this entire list, obviously excluding Harry Styles, but Shawn and David? Hmm,
Shawn, okay, but Shawn Mendes is like conventionally hot.
agreed. I just can't. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
He
He is
is
a handsome
conventionally
guy.
hot.
He's a handsome fella.
David Dobrik is not, in my opinion, but that's not what this episode is about. But I think it's funny that like David Dobrik over Harry Styles, please.
Yeah.
Please.
That objectively just not true. We're not shaming him. Like he's not ugly, but he's definitely not as attractive as
I
Sean, I
want
would
that
say.
I want that editor in chief arrested.
Let's write him a letter.
Yeah.
In December of 2019, David was named YouTube's Rewind 29 wait, named in YouTube Rewind as the fifth most viewed creator that year on the platform with 2.4 billion views. And in August 2020, he became one of the first 19 recipients of TikTok's $1 billion creator fund due to his ability to show what it means to be your authentic self, bring joy and inspiration to people, and creativity with an audience. And he was kind of moving into traditional media as well, not just digital. He was guesting on late night shows like Fallon, voice acting in Angry Birds, hosting a Nickelodeon talent show, to name a few. And he was essentially at this time peaking before 2021 when all these scandals hit, the essay allegations, the death threats, Black Lives Matter happened. He was kind of at his peak. And then it all came tumbling down. Oh, quickly, before we dive into his downfall in 2021, for me, New Year's in January has been about doing an honest audit of what's working for me, from what I'm eating to what I'm putting on my skin. And as you guys know, I've always taken skincare very seriously. And lately, that's meant using OneSkin. Unlike other skincare brands, with OneSkin, I know I'm supporting my long term skin health. It's also personal. As someone with eczema, this is the best part about OneSkin for me. Their products are certified safe for sensitive skin, free from over 1,500 harsh or irritating ingredients, dermatologist tested, and have been awarded the National Eczema Association Seal of Acceptance by the National Eczema Association. That's basically like winning an Oscar in the skincare world. While most skincare brands are just band aids to surface level problems, OneSkin treats skin at the cellular level with our patented OS01 peptide, the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells, the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity, all key signs of skin aging. Don't believe me? These results have been validated in 4 different clinical studies. OneSkin means business. Born from over 10 years of longevity research, OneSkin's OS01 peptide is proven to target the cells that cause the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. And for a limited time, OneSkin is making it even easier to stay consistent with 15% off when you use code SNARK at oneskin.co/snark. That's up to 15% off with code SNARK. After you purchase, we'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
I don't get out that much. And by that, I mean I'm basically always home, whether it's working or recording. So I always want to be comfortable while also looking like appropriate for Zoom calls and our fancy new cameras. And that's why I'm obsessed with Honey Love bras. The crossover bra is my personal fave. It disappears under t-shirts, sweaters, and all of my tops. It's wire-free but still so supportive thanks to its special bonding technology, which is so perfect for me. It's the softest fabric. I literally forget I'm wearing it. Honey Love lives up to the hype, you guys. I had heard so much about the brand from so many people, but I didn't truly understand until I tried for myself. And for when I do want to leave the house, every so often, I love their shapewear too. Their superpower thong like sucks me in while still being so comfortable. And it doesn't fall down when I'm like dancing at a wedding or running around like other shapewear does. We also love that Honey Love is an independent female founded brand. The products are designed by women for women. They truly get us over at Honey Love. They're for the girlies. Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/snark. That's honeylove.com/snark. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love.
He dipped his toes into a couple of business ventures. He launched a photography app called Dispo in 2019,
I
which like,
love that app. I used it.
oh yeah, it was like a digital camera. Excuse me, it was like a disposable camera
Disposable.
on your phone,
Yeah.
right? And he had to step down from the board after the SA allegations happened in 2021. And he also launched a perfume line, David's Perfume, October 2020.
What?
And apparently it was a unisex perfume for both men and women.
What? Ew. Okay. Also, I just want to make it clear that I liked the app Dispo without realizing it was connected to David Dobrik.
No,
So
I mean,
just
yeah,
to be
that's
clear.
fine. If it makes
Okay.
your pictures look good, yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that.
No, fair enough. He also launched a podcast called Views with Jason Nash. And I remember all the time being on the podcast, Apple Podcast charts, and Views was always like number one. It's kind of fallen off. I don't really see it or hear about it too often. They took a bit of a hiatus. They're kind of back doing it, but it's been a great while since I've seen that podcast be incredibly relevant. But it's probably just not my demographic.
Hmm.
He also launched Dobrick's Pizza, a play on his last name, in WeHo, and it has 3.9 reviews on Google. And of course, it's in WeHo because, like, I feel like WeHo is where all the thirst monsters live. No
Mm.
shade to anyone living in WeHo. We love WeHo. Um, okay, let's talk about his downfall in 2021. So, in March of this year, an insider investigation exposed an incident from a couple years back in 2018 involving a former Vlog Squad member, Dominikas Zegliatis, aka Dirty Dom.
Hmm.
First of all, what is this name? What is this nick? Not his birth name. His nickname, Dirty Dom. First of all, that in and of itself is incriminating,
Yeah, I hate that.
given his allegations.
Yeah.
A woman on David's channel said that she was raped by Dawn the night that they filmed in a video about group sex in November of 2017. Allegedly, she was given alcohol while underage and she became incapacitated. The vlog, uploaded to David's channel as a quote unquote threesome plot, showed David laughing and joking about
Hmm.
how we're all going to jail for this and framing the situation as if it were consensual between the parties involved in this threesome. And the title of this vlog, this is the most incriminating part. She should not have played with fire. First of all, any video insinuating that the victim is to blame obviously does not sit well with me. Play with fire means that expect to be raped. Like what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it was extremely predatory. First of all, because she was given alcohol underage,
She was 20 years old, not
and
legal to drink.
she was being basically set up in this scenario to like it wasn't even like it was an option for her to not do it because it was for this content.
Right. And I think
It's so disgusting and
you have to think about the
horrifying.
context too. The Vlog Squad is huge, millions and millions of subscribers, billions of views. And you're 20 years old, you're at this local private arts, liberal arts college in LA. You're hanging out with like literal celebrities to you,
Hmm.
and they want to hang out with you. You don't think that when you're going to hang out with celebrities that you're going to be sexually assaulted. I think they were just excited to chill with the Vlog Squad, as would
Yeah.
any young, impressionable girl. Fuck, I probably would have been. So Hannah's friends were DMing over Instagram with this weirdo creep rapist Dom, and they went over to film a video with them. And basically, the interaction started on Instagram where Dom said he wanted to hook up with them. This is according to DM transcripts reviewed by Insider. And some of Hannah's friends were like, okay, this guy is cute. We're kind of, maybe we could be interested in like making
Yeah.
out. And this man was allegedly like kind of a sex addict. It was kind of known for him to kind of get down and
Oh,
dirty, thus his name.
oh, I hate him.
And the girls even asked via DM, so the sexy stuff won't be in the vlog, right? And Dirty Dom responds, I might need to take a pic just to show Dave that so he believes me, presumably referring to David Dobrik in this DM.
Mm-hmm.
And in phone interviews with Insider, Hannah accused Dom of rape by engaging in sexual activity with her that night while she was so incapacitated by alcohol that she could not consent. She
Mm-hmm.
said members of the vlog squad supplied alcohol to her and her friends who were too young to buy it themselves.
Yeah.
And David Dobrik, if you guys have seen this video, he's filming Hannah at the apartment as she enters into Dom's bedroom, and he edited it in such a way to make it look like it was a threesome, like she was
Yeah.
interested in a willing participant.
Yeah.
But I think what he failed to show was how truly intoxicated she was, how she was barely able to stand.
Mm-hmm.
And it was clear that she was in no way, shape, or form able to consent in that moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, David Dobrik is just there with his camera filming the entire interaction
Oh
as
my
Dom
God.
lures her into his bedroom.
What a fucking creep, both of them.
The Insider publication reached out to Dirty Dom multiple times as they were developing the story, as they were talking with Hannah, and he declined, declined, declined. I don't want to talk about it. I found out David Dobrik hired an attorney, Brian Friedman, and I was like, why does that name sound familiar? Brian Friedman represented Justin Baldoni in the It Ends With Us lawsuit,
Wow.
which is not a good look.
No.
And this is what Brian Friedman said on behalf of his client. Um, oh yeah, sorry. So Brian Friedman represented David Dobrik, not Dom. And Brian Friedman said David will be addressing his community directly. Anyone who knows David knows he does not condone misconduct in any form. Vlog participants provide consent before anything is posted. Whether consent is retracted, posts are removed, any insinuation of wrongdoing is inaccurate and defamatory.
Well, it's like you kind of goaded her into you basically took a 20-year-old young girl and her friends and we're like, we're gonna do like a fun vlog together. And of course they're gonna say, yeah, let's do it. And then you end up getting them so drunk and sexually assaulting them. Like, that's not, of course, consent will be retracted. Consent for what actually happened was never given.
Exactly. And you have to imagine you're 20 years old, you're there with your friends, you're with these like super
Right.
famous guys, you're nervous, you're drinking just to calm the nerves, and they probably bit off more than they can chew in terms of just like drinking more than probably they expected just because they were nervous, which
And
totally
they're
is
also under,
understandable.
like, oh my God, when we were underage, we like had no idea what our limits were.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, it took years for me to really understand my tolerance for alcohol. And people have argued that David Dobrik knew Dom was having sex with these underage women,
Well,
girls,
they
behind the
weren't
doors.
under they weren't underage, like they weren't under 18. They were just
Right.
under 21.
Right. With these, yeah,
So
I should
just
take
want to
out the
clarify
underage.
that.
Having sex with these young women, and clearly this girl, Hannah, was incapacitated. She looked unconscious, not in the right state of mind, clearly. She was allegedly, after this encounter with Dirty Dom, outside the apartment door being held up by her friends because she could not stand on her own 2 feet. And
God.
rather than raise the alarm, David Dobrik just simply watched and continued to video.
It filmed it.
Yep.
Oh my
And
God.
Dirty Dom later did, in fact, release a statement basically saying that the entire interaction, sexual encounter, was consensual. He said, quote, it's time to address the recent allegations that have come out against me. I want to sincerely apologize directly to the women involved in this incident. With that being said, as far as I am concerned, everything that occurred during that night in question was completely consensual. He said that some of the statements that have been made about him are entirely misleading and fairly defaming and assaulting my character and reputation. He said he wants to shed a positive light on what happened and show the world who I truly am. He said, quote, I recently donated my time as well as thousands of dollars to several women's rights groups to show my support for the unjustified and unnecessary struggles that women endure in our society on a daily basis. So basically throw money at the problem and it'll go away, right?
It's also like, if that's not an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. You're
Yeah.
basically admitting it.
Yes.
Oh my God. Also, it's like so Brock Turner-esque
Yes.
to be like, like I thought we were both just having fun. We were both drunk when it's like, no, this girl like can't even stand up.
Right. I can't even imagine. I mean, these men are sick, absolutely sick and depraved. Engaging in sexual activity with a woman who is so out of her mind, who can barely stand up, you have to be a sick, perverse individual. Like, how dare you, Dirty Dom?
You're literally a rapist.
Yes. And in response, David Dobrik posted an initial 2-minute apology titled Let's Talk on
God.
March 16th, 2021, where he addressed consent in general and said he no longer will film with Dom. And he did not even explicitly mention the victim's name or Zegliadis' name by Dirty Dom's name in that first video. This apology, people really kind of took it as incredibly vague. They were like, you're kind of shifting blame and you're lacking accountability and like your part in this whole incident. Yeah, you weren't behind those closed doors, but you were there kind of co-signing on this in this activity
Oh,
happening and
absolutely.
not
Yeah.
intervening when you knew something wrong was happening behind those doors.
Yeah.
And of course, at least so many people wanted to disconnect their name from David Dobrik's name. He was on top of the world at this time, but people were like, we're not going to stand with you. At least 13 major sponsors cut ties with him, including SeatGeek, Chipotle, Dollar Shave Club, EA Sports, Bumble, HelloFresh. Venture capital investors in Dispo, that photo app that he co founded, also withdrew their funding. And David had to step down from the board to avoid further harming the company. It kind of reminds me of when Ashton Kutcher founded that AI generated software to help identify women of sex crimes and how he had to step down from the board. It's like you claim to be
Because
this like
he had to step down after he defended Danny Masterson in his rape trial.
yes. And if you guys don't know about that, we did a whole Ashton Kutcher episode at the very beginning of the show. It's probably I think
It's
episode
one of
2 or 3.
it's one of our earliest episodes.
Yeah, so we go into all that, but it's like, yeah, you should. You're out here trying to pretend like you're an advocate for women. You're out here trying to pretend like you're an advocate for young people, that you're there to stand up for what's right, while at the same time refusing to take accountability. Like, how dare
Yeah.
you? And by
I was so happy. I actually, okay, so I know I said that he only entered my consciousness when the incident where someone almost died happened. This actually, I think, was when he entered my consciousness because I do
yes,
remember all of these sponsors cutting ties with him, which I thought
right,
was incredible.
right. By late March, YouTube started to intervene and they temporarily demonetized his channels due to creator responsibility policy violations. And I am harkening back to our Logan Paul episode when they did something similar when they removed him from the creator fund. When they're like,
Hmm.
after that Japanese suicide forest scandal, they're like, you're no longer monetizing or making money off of this app. You're a depraved individual.
Yep.
And after the YouTube drop, David Dobrik made a second apology video in March 2021. So just a couple days after that initial video apologizing. But the damage had already been done. And the second video was a 7-minute video filmed super late at night at 1:45, in which he expressed support for the victim. And he said, I fully believe the woman. And he announced he was going to take a break from socials and emphasized that he's trying to get better. And the news got so mainstream when this happened that SNL even did a bit satirizing David.
I
So,
didn't know that. Oh my God, I need to go look that up.
so yeah, he was not, no one was a fan of him at this time, reasonably so. So, just a couple of, so what's interesting, all these allegations, right? They happened between like 2015 to 2019, but the stories are leaking in a post 2020 world. People were like,
Hmm.
I remember what you did, David Dobrik, and I'm going to call it out, even if it's years later. So, this is what happened with the rape allegation, and this is
Yeah.
what's happening with the excavator story.
Because he kind of, I mean, prior to the, sex scandal, he had, or not sex scandal, that's the wrong term, sexual assault scandal.
Right.
He had kind of like a golden boy persona, like nice guy. Like he like co-hosted the Kids' Choice Awards with frickin' Lucy Hale.
Super
Like,
wholesome edit.
yeah. And it turns out that he's been a fucking piece of garbage for his entire career, basically.
Right. I have chills just as we go through each story. It's just as
It like gets worse and worse.
yes. So, amidst these sexual assault allegations, a Vlog Squad member, Jeff Wittick, comes forward with his own story about assault against David Dobrik. So, in April of 2021, Jeff revealed in his own personal YouTube channel that last year, while filming a video with David, the Vlog Squad headed over to a shallow lake in Provo, Utah, to film a video of themselves hanging on a rope, being pulled by
Hmm.
an excavator being operated by David Dobrik.
Yeah.
They were going at incredibly high speeds. And if you guys look at this video, it is incredibly, incredibly disturbing and violent. But basically, they were being pulled by a rope. It looked like, how do you even describe it? An excavator was pulling them by a rope and they were swinging them around in a circular motion over the lake.
Yeah.
And essentially, David was basically gunning the excavator so that it was going at really, really high speeds to the point where Jeff Wittick ended up slamming his entire body against the excavator and he fell into the lake. He shattered
Mhm.
9 parts of his skull. His
Yeah.
eye was almost taken out and his left foot almost had to be amputated.
Yeah, he's like forever changed.
And something about traumatic brain injuries is that when it happens, the effects of the TBI may not even show up immediately. They could show
Mhm.
up in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. You have no, there's unforeseeable costs upon
Yeah.
this happening. So
Yeah.
of course, this is an incredibly life-changing thing that happened to poor Jeff Wittick.
Yeah.
And according to TMZ, Jeff went on to explain that the concept for the video was supposed to be that David would park an excavator in the lake with a rope dangling off of the bucket and then use the heavy machinery to swing people around in the water when they were riding on things like wakeboards and inflatable tubes.
Oh my
After other
God.
members had started taking turns being swung on this excavator, Karina Koff nearly fell. Like she almost like got seriously injured and she was shouting at David in the video that you're taking things way too far. This is too dangerous. But
Wow,
uh,
what a cool idea for a video. Like, oh my
this
God.
reminds me
So
of
stupid.
Jackass. Remember
Yeah.
Jackass?
It
And like,
sounds like a Jackass ton, but like the Jackass people I feel like are at least like they know what they're signing up for and they're like kind of professionals at it. Like these are just
yes,
like
kids.
kids. Yeah.
Yes, right. I feel like Jackass was professional stuntmen, and
Yeah.
it was a full production, and it was, I'm not saying it was any better, but like, at least I feel like there was a little bit more protections. And it was the early
Yeah.
2000s. We were doing crazy shit then.
Yeah, Jackass, honestly, Jackass still freaking for the most part, it stands the test of time.
It ages well because it was guys that were doing the stupidest shit that were
And they
fully
knew,
willing
yes,
participants.
fully willing
Yeah,
participants, not just, the friends of some like vlog squad guy.
right. So Jeff then starts to do this dangerous stunt himself. And as David is operating the excavator, he spins Jeff Wittick so fast and then he abruptly stops, which causes Jeff Wittick to slam into the metal arm of the excavator and he was violently flung into the water like a rag doll. Genuinely, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Again, the impact shattered his skull in 9 places, nearly cost Jeff his eye and honestly his life. He
Yeah.
broke his foot, his hip, he tore a ligament, and according to people, the footage was later posted. This violent fucking video posted to YouTube in April. So naturally, in June of 2022, so this is 2 years after this incident takes place, Jeff takes his story public. He sues David for $10 million, which, in
Mhm.
my opinion, is the minimum you could sue him for.
Minimum, especially because you know that he makes so much fucking money.
Right. Jeff
I
Whitt.
I feel like just really fast, like David Dobrik literally should be the subject of a Black Mirror episode. When everything is content, like where do you draw the line?
Right.
Like you're filming a sexual assault happen. You're filming someone almost dying. Like, but everything is content. Like
Right.
where do you draw the line? Like it's just
Yeah.
so dystopian.
You got to do it for the views. That's what it comes down to. Views and money, really.
God. Ugh.
And clout and social
Yep.
currency. Jeff Wittick says he lost wages and earning capacity, obviously, for being out for probably over a year to recover his physically. He had
Mhm.
accumulated numerous large hospital bills, and he was suing David Dobrik for general negligence and intentional tort, seeking over $10 million in damages. And his eye surgery alone, just for relativity in cost $90,000. And
Wow.
this horrifying incident that took place in 2020 was kept under wraps for months. But once it was disclosed, it sparked outrage over David Dobrik's recklessness because you have the essay allegations, then this comes out like a month later.
Mhm.
And in February of 2022, there is a podcast episode that Jeff released titled Dear David. And Jeff vented that David Dobrik had been a fake friend who had not even checked on him after all of his surgeries post accident. He added, to David, imagine you smash somebody's skull in. They take it on the chin. They don't sue you. They don't fucking press charges. I nearly died. I came an inch from death and an inch from going blind. I will have lifelong brain injuries, and I saved him from fucking everything. You would have gotten deported. You would have got put in jail for manslaughter. You could have gotten sued for everything. I took it on the chin. Like, that is the nicest fucking thing Jeff Wittick could say to this man. This
Yeah.
man literally ruined his life. Like his
Yeah.
poor family having to deal with helping their family member recover their young. Like this is a kid. His whole life will forever be. I have chills. I'm like so upset.
It's like not just the fact that David Dobrik literally is responsible for almost killing him. He didn't even bother to
Sue. for damages.
Well, I'm saying that David didn't even bother checking in on Jeff.
Right. Because I
Or,
think checking in would be an admission of guilt, and he
oh
couldn't
my
take that.
God, what a fucking narcissist.
Horrible. Yeah, that's a good point. The bare minimum you could have done was call your friend up and ask, how is your recovery going? What can I do for you? What
What
do
can
you
I do to
need?
help? Yep.
I have all the money and resources in the world. What exactly do you need? Tell me, and I will bring it to you immediately.
Yeah.
It's oh my God, I'm like I'm just envisioning Jeff Wittick being like a family member or a friend of mine, and just how devastating that is for everyone, not only him but everyone around him.
Yeah.
Disgusting. So of course, David course corrects and diverts blame, claiming that the excavator stunt was actually Jeff's idea. On David's podcast Views, David refers to the accident as the worst thing that's ever happened to me, adding that he would do fucking anything to take that day back.
To him, it happened to him.
Right. Yeah, right.
It happened
Yes,
to him.
right. David goes on to say, Jeff got hurt because I was driving. That's it. And I fucking know that. And like I said, any chance I would get, I would take that back. That'll be the biggest regret of my life, my entire life. I really hope there's not a moment that I regret as much as that one. The lawsuit, interestingly enough, even after 6 years of the accident happening, is still ongoing. It has not yet been settled. It is scheduled for further proceedings sometime in 2026. The original trial date was actually set for this month in a couple days, or maybe actually by the time this episode releases, it was set for the 21st, so yesterday. But um, it's going to be moved to September of 2026. And there's a couple more kind of commentaries from former members of the Vlog Squad. Trisha Paytas has gone to say that David hides a dark side and that she blames David for breaking up her relationship with Jason Nash. And people theorize that Trisha actually had something to do with the sexual assault article coming out and all the brands dropping David Dobrik because she said when the SA allegations came out, the Jeff video came out. This all happened within 2 weeks of March of 2021. And people have theories that like Trisha Paytas was pushing these victims to come forward to say their story, to get justice. And then amongst all these scandals, SA allegations, excavator scandal, in 2021, a former Vlog Squad member named Seth Francois, who notably is the only black member of the Vlog Squad, came forward about a 2017 prank orchestrated, of course, by David Dobrik, in which Seth was tricked into kissing Jason Nash, a man, a 45-year-old man at that, when Seth thought that he was kissing model Karina Koff. Seth was blindfolded and was not told that Nash would replace Corinna at the last second, and it was included in David's video that quote he thought he was kissing her, and Seth Francois watched the video. He's like aggressively making out with this man, this 45-year-old man,
And he
thinking
thought it
it's
was
this
Karina Kopp,
Karina,
this hot OnlyFans model.
right?
My God. And
Seth,
again, this is like assault, basically.
yeah. It absolutely is. And Seth came out saying he felt violated by the incident. He said he did not consent to this prank. Seth also said that David's team offered him money to keep the video up after Seth was like, dude, please take it down. I don't want this up. And Seth was like, I'm not taking your bribe. Take this fucking video down. I don't like it. They refused. Also, in 2020, amidst the Black Lives Matter movement, of course, every influencer, every celebrity was putting their 2 cents in, mostly white celebrities saying, I need to reflect on my past, all the actions I've taken to not stand with my black friends, my, whatever. And David Dobrik was one of them. He was writing all these posts on Instagram saying, I need to do better. This is my time to reflect and learn about how I've contributed to Black people in America and their experiences. And Seth was like, that's interesting, David, because you've been incredibly racist to me the entire duration of me being in the vlog squad. Seth is so petty and I fucking love it. He made a full video montage of all the offensive sketches made across like years from the vlog squad, including things like blackface, racist jokes, stereotypes. And again, as we mentioned up top at the beginning of the episode, there was this one scene where David Dobrik and Josh Peck were hysterically laughing in the car, saying that, dude, Seth, the only black member of the vlog squad, has a bunch of unpaid parking tickets, and there's a warrant out for his arrest. And they were laughing, cracking up, saying, we're gonna pick him up and we're gonna take him to the police station. We're going to escort him to the police station. Cracking the fuck up. The second that Seth gets in the car, he has no idea what's going on. David goes, so man, we're gonna actually take you somewhere. Seth goes, where are we going? We know you have warrants out for your arrest, so we're actually going to escort you to the police station. The way that the light completely went out in Seth's eyes. You could see how terrified he was. It was truly devastating to
God.
watch.
It's not funny. It's
It's
not fucking
it's
funny.
not
Like,
funny.
none of this is funny or entertaining.
No. And it reminds me of Stassi and Kristen calling the cops on Faith,
Faith.
alleging that she was stealing a bunch of money. And it was not, in fact, her. It was just another black woman on the CCTV footage. And they called the cops saying, we're certain it's our friend. And it was not, in fact, the friend. Like these little actions you're taking that are filmed and discussed on podcasts, on YouTube, they have serious consequences. For you, it's
Yeah.
a funny bit because you're a white person who could probably get bailed out within an hour. For
Yeah.
Seth, that could mean a life changing consequence.
Yep.
Again, there's a couple of other clips of the vlog squad doing other nefarious, very racist moves, such as them doing blackface. They're wiping what it seems to be like chocolate frosting all over their faces, and they have Seth walk into the room while they're applying this like chocolate frosting all over their face, and they're cracking up. They're laughing about Seth's people getting shot.
What?
They are just poking fun. Oh, look, Seth, he's the only black friend in the vlog squad. He's the only black guy here. They always have to call it out. And it's on camera. Like, it's not like they were saying this behind the scenes. This is all in a video montage that Seth creates, which I'm really glad he did.
Oh my God.
Another member came forward in 2020. 2021 was not a good year for David this year with allegations of mistreatment. There's this guy, his name is Big Nick. He left the vlog squad in 2018. He came back, then he left again in 2021. He says, and it's worth pointing out, obviously, that Big Nick was, in fact, physically not big. He has dwarfism and he is blind in one eye. And he said that he was often mocked for his disability and his height. He went on Ethan Klein's podcast and said that he was treated like a punching bag and that it harmed his mental health. And it's like it's so sad. It's like you could tell that these people with disabilities, this black man, Seth, they're just tokens for the bits. They're not meant to be. They're not forming a community of friends. They're not meant to be create long lasting friendships. You're like
They're just
tokenizing
there
these
for
people.
content.
Yeah, it's truly sick. Trisha Paytas, who was part of the group in 2017 to 2018, again, Jason Nash's then girlfriend, said the squad is very much a cult. She said in a March 2021 interview with Vulture, she said, quote, I have more PTSD from David and Jason than I do prostituting on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh my God.
She goes, all these receipts from former members tarnished. Oh, sorry. So all these receipts from former Vlog Squad members, Seth, Big Nick, Trisha, Jeff Wittick, coming from former members were tarnishing this very nice guy image that David was able to
Hmm.
cultivate over a decade in content creation. And they really painted him out to be what he really is, a reckless, sexist, racist bully. And there was clearly an unhealthy power dynamic that existed amongst the Vlog Squad. David is the star. He does what you say. He tells you to jump. You ask how high. It's a very clear, it literally is a cult, really.
Yeah.
That's how these cults get created.
He's a cult leader.
Yes. In March of 2021, he realized David was like, my career is torched. I need to step back. He took a hiatus from YouTube for a couple months amidst these scandals, and he resumed posting that summer, but then quit again in mid 2022. And at this time, before all these scandals, he was earning close to 300,000 per month, right? So all these sponsors are dropping him. YouTube suspends him from monetization. He remains a little bit active on platforms like Snapchat and TikTok. He also filmed a travel series for Discovery Plus called Discovering David Dobrick, which was later canceled and pulled from streaming. He kind
Thank
of ran his,
God.
yeah, thank God. Discovery Plus was like, we have
Yeah.
nothing to do with this guy.
Good.
Right. He ran his pizza shop pretty quietly in LA. And in January of last year in 2025, he announced his return to vlogging after almost a 3-year hiatus. He also posted a body transformation video. I remember
Ugh.
seeing this on people being incredibly disturbed by it.
Yeah, because he has like, okay, I remember this going viral and everyone was like, yeah, he's ripped now, but like, ew, because he is such a baby face. And it also just seemed so unnatural for him. Like there was some sort of like steroids or something involved. Like it just does not look natural for
Right.
him.
I agree. This looks like there's some external help to achieve this
Yeah.
body, allegedly. And the vlog is titled New Year, New Me. Surprising friends with body transformation.
What if I surprised you with a body transformation
You come
next time
back
I see you?
As Tamara Judge, like super like tan.
Yes, like
Like
I'm like a bodybuilder.
yeah.
Boltons and muscles.
For like the LA live show, you come up with like that's like your performance, your entrance with like the bikini and the tan.
Yep.
And his new vlog comeback featured a trip around the world with his fellow vlog squad members and the surprise of gifting new Teslas to his Dobrik's Pizza Place employees as a
And
thank you.
and this was his first vlog back, right?
Right, right.
So of course he's like, guys, look, I'm actually really nice. Like I bought Teslas for all of my employees. Like it's
It,
all for content. It's not genuine.
right. It's so performative. Mr. Beast, shout out to our Mr. Beast episode, he was featured in the body transformation video. They
Ugh.
had made a bet before David hadn't, went on his fitness journey that if David did not get jacked, then he would have to buy 20,000 Feastable bars, which is chocolate bars, Mr. Beast's chocolate bars. And if David did get jacked, then Mr. Beast would have to buy David Dobrik a car. And David Dobrik obviously won the bet. Other content creators like Josh Peck, Dixie D'Amelio, Noah Beck also reacted to David Dobrik's transformation. Most of them were like, "Oh my God, we're so shocked," and Noah Beck said, "I'm getting turned on." Every time I think about Noah Beck, I think of that Bryce Hall video. I have it raw, da na na na. Do you know what I'm talking about? That
Are they
weird.
doing like they're doing like a dance?
Yes, and they're like
Yeah, I think
outside
I
of
know what
his
you're talking
workout,
about.
and they're like shaking their tush.
Oh God.
Incredibly disturbing. Olivia Jade is actually in this video. Like she's a part of this whole thing. It's very bizarre. Um, he also announced that his podcast with Jason Nash Views would return. And the podcast episode was titled David Returns to Vlogging. And he apologizes for his hiatus before the two joke that it ended over a lost microphone and court issues. Give me a break. Let's pivot outside of his scandals to his rumored relationships. Liza Koshy is the girl that my sister was telling me about. This was a legitimate relationship. They were together from 2015 to 2018. They appeared in one another's content. They were absolutely loved by fans. They did this really bizarre breakup video that Audrey made me watch where they were like crying to the camera, having a therapy session like on live. Very weird. Like we need to keep things private.
Audrey was devastated when
She
this
was
happened.
in it. She's like, "Well, look at that video with Liza Koshy." Who? Yeah, yeah, just look it up. Liza Koshy breakup video, David Dobrik. Oh, okay. Very odd. Olivia Jade, there were dating rumors that after breaking up with Liza, he ended up hooking up with Olivia Jade. But sometimes she was mistaken for Madison Beer, who David Dobrik has been linked to.
Madison Beer would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. There's no way.
Yeah, look who she's dating now, this hot ass NFL player.
Justin
Like,
Herbert. There's no way.
right. Sabrina Carpenter, allegedly, he and her had a thing. They were spotted together in August of 2023 at Lollapalooza. And Sabrina later posted a caption joking, "Sorry, I don't date Lollapaloozers." One commenter claimed that they were hooking up right until she got with Barry Keoghan. Rip. And there's a lot of speculation on David's sexuality. We don't need to get into that, but I think one of the funnier things, I mean, you guys can kind of garner that from use your imagination, but people have said that David Dobrik could maybe be asexual or that he actually prefers being it kind of incongruence with the asexuality. Perhaps he actually enjoys being a cuckold more.
Hmm.
Allegedly, he said on his podcast that he would prefer to watch some hot guy with a huge dick have sex with his girlfriend instead of doing any of the work.
Yeah. And he's like said before that he's maybe, oh wait, here's the quote. Uh, I don't want to say that I'm not bi curious because I don't really care, but no, I don't think I am.
Yeah,
So
so maybe he's
he's
like,
left it open-ended where he's like, I'm not bi curious.
right, right, which I feel like honestly, that's most of LA, baby. Like,
Yeah, who isn't?
yeah. So that is really the end of the David Dobrik
Ugh.
like notes. What I have to say about David Dobrik is I see that he's coming back up or that he's trying to enter back into the zeitgeist slowly. You guys do not support him. This man is disgusting. He is violent. He co-signs on sexual assault, and he's a
Hmm.
racist.
Yeah,
And he
he's
contributes
disgusting.
to racism in America. So please do us all a favor. Do not support this man. Don't listen to his podcast views. Don't watch his YouTube. I can't believe I even watched it. Like genuinely, I was like, great. Now I gave him a view. Gave him a couple cents. You
He's
know?
disgusting. He needs to go away.
Right. And I think there are so many other YouTubers out there. Like we did a Mr. Beast episode. I feel like he's one of those YouTubers that, yeah, he's making a fuck ton of money and he claims he's like super philanthropic and charitable when in fact, like, are you really? But I don't think Mr. Beast, from what I recall, and Sophie fact check me or correct me if this is incorrect, he doesn't have like horrible, horrible allegations.
Yeah, nothing like this, but Mr. Beast sucks in his own unique ways. I think that David Dobrik is genuinely a bad and dangerous person. I think that's the difference. Like Mr. Beast is dangerous in his own ways, but like here with the sexual assault stuff, the almost killing someone with,
Yep.
these violent stunts, like everything is content for him in a really dystopian and disturbing way. It's like,
Dystopian,
where will you
yes.
draw the line? Like, there are multiple sexual assaults that he has filmed and posted online. Like, it's so, like, posted his friend almost dying because of him.
Yeah.
Like,
The fact
it's
that he
just,
posted the video after what happened is disgusting to
yeah,
me.
it's absolutely disgusting. I don't understand anyone being a fan of his. Thankfully I have not seen him, on my feed or anything. It seems like after 2021 he did thankfully fall off a
Right.
lot.
Right.
But yeah, what a fucking creep. A creep. He's literally a creep.
And let's be real, he's earned so much money at this point in his life at such a young age.
Go
He
retire.
doesn't have to work, just
But
travel.
again, it's like the narcissism. Like
Yeah.
he can't be out of the spotlight because then
Yeah.
he's not getting the attention and he's not getting the serotonin that, all of these views and clicks and likes or whatever it is gives him. It's
Right.
just like I really, and not to diagnose, I know that like we throw around the word narcissist like too much in our society. I think that he like gives narcissist for sure. Like there's
Yeah.
something pathologically wrong with him and I think that he's a very disturbed individual.
And you have to think about that's a really good point. You have to think about the age at which he blew up, right? And you almost become like if you get that much, I mean, that's why child stars have so many, unfortunately, so many issues
Yeah.
as going into adulthood. You can't have a normal brain development when you are earning so much and having so much eyes on you and being told that you're the greatest person alive. When your brain is fully developing during all this time,
Yeah.
you can't grow up normally. And you
Yeah.
can't become a normal, well-adjusted individual if your childhood was the way that is. I'm not making excuses for him,
No,
but
it's
like
true.
it doesn't surprise me that he has ended up this way.
Absolutely. Someone needs to protect Owen Cooper. Do you know who Owen Cooper is? He's the kid from Adolescence that just won the Emmy and the Golden Globe for Adolescence, and he's
Yeah.
only 16. He's
Yes.
already halfway to EGOT, and he's 16 years old. He's the youngest ever to win both consecutively, and someone needs to protect him.
That
He's
was a
just
good
like a
show.
little boy from Manchester, England. I
Yeah,
think Manchester.
that was a really good show.
Someone like I don't know. I worry for these kids these days that are either actors or becoming content creators. I feel like younger than ever people are becoming content creators. That's what everyone wants to be
I
now.
know,
Like
I
kids,
know.
instead of being like I want to be an astronaut or a lawyer, like they're like I want to be a YouTuber.
Which I totally understand. Like the money is a
The
hundred
money
percent
is
there, more than lawyers and
yep.
doctors combined. If you do it right and you become
Yeah.
a superstar, like it totally makes sense because that's what
Yeah.
you're watching. You're just
Yeah.
so yeah. Don't give David Dobrik any light or attention. Listen to Snarkbait instead. We're so much better over here. Our production quality is just
I promise I'm not gonna make Christy do any stunts.
at our live show. We bring in the excavator. You
The
see me
excavator.
swinging for the intro.
You're like spitting like this.
Yeah.
My God.
You guys, we love you so much. You guys know where to find us. Patreon.com/snarkbaitpod. We do ad-free episodes and Wednesday bonus content every week. Follow us on YouTube. The link is in our show notes. At Christy Noel __ on Insta. At Soph _Ross. At snarkbaitpod.
Live show tickets are in our notes, our show notes. And
X1entertainment.com/snarkbait.
yeah. And yeah, Patreon episodes on Wednesdays if you want more from us. You know where to find us on social, like Christy said. And yeah, I guess we will see you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Love ya.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.